Joining me on Morning Blend today is Tianna Jenkins, senior reporter, Fox 47 News. Welcome to the Blend, Tianna.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's nice to meet you. You just moved up to Michigan from Florida in January. That was bold.
Yes, bold and cold. But I love mid-Michigan. It's been a very warm welcoming, like besides the weather.
Right.
But it's been a very warm welcoming. Everyone has been nice and cool, and I love the community. So
Good. What was it that made you want to be a journalist?
So funny story, I'm from Washington, D.C., so I used to watch the news with my great-grandmother when I was younger, and we used to watch Fox 5 and, Channel 4, and one time I was watching this reporter out in the field, and they were telling the story, and I wanted to know more. And I was like, do they have more to the story? And my grandmother or my great-grandmother would say, well, I mean, they're gonna go out and tell more, but it probably won't be till later. So that caught my attention. And then, hearing about the stories about people in the community, I wanted to know, like, how can I help them? How can I tell these stories? I wanted to be like a voice for the voiceless. And that just really put a spark into me. I like storytelling. I like being out in the community. And also I love the reaction that people give me after their stories air. They're like, wow, you really told my story the way that I couldn't, so.
That's beautiful. That's how we communicate as human beings, as we're storytellers since time began, right? What are your favorite stories to tell?
So my favorite types of stories to tell are human interest stories, feature stories. I have a segment called Things to Do, so I'm out in the community all the time. And I just love it, being able to showcase, things that are happening in the community or things that are in the community that people don't know about. But also, being able to put smiles on people's faces and entertain people a little bit. So.
Yeah. Favorite thing about Fox 47 News?
So my favorite thing about Fox 47 News is all the talented journalists I get to work with. My coworkers are amazing. Everyone is so cool, very talented. I'm just in awe every time I see their stories air. So.
And for somebody who's thinking about moving to the Lansing area, and they might have this perception like there's nothing to do, there's so much to do.
There's so much to do, and if you look at things to do, I can show you all the things that you can do in mid-Michigan.
Right.
I've been discovering that there's a lot to do, and I'm in shock and awe, but not really surprised because there's always, fun to have in an area.
And sometimes we make our own, right?
Yeah.
Tianna Jenkins, senior reporter for Fox 47 News. So nice to meet you and get to talk to you as a person and see the other side and the reporter side. And thank you for telling the stories of our community.
No problem. Thank you for having me.